right, everyone. Hello and welcome back to the Cup Chasers podcast. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. We do have another London derby taking place this weekend. Crystal Palace travel to the G-Tech to face the Bees of Brentford. Owissa and Mbomo up top. Man, I like Brentford. I think that they're dealing with not having Tony, doing that well. Wissa's definitely stepped up so far this season's looked good. I mean, I knew he was a decent player. I rated him since last season, but obviously he's not getting it in front of Tony. But I think that Palace are in for another rough one. I think Elise's still out. I think Eze's going to have to step up this season to kind of take on some of the pressure, some of the goal scoring, needs that they're going to have. But I think Brentford are going to be too much. I said 2-1 to the Bees. Going to sting the Eagles, as it were.
I like it. Good.
It's worth at least one like. Come on.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like Brentford. I've never hated the club. I don't know. Something's pulling me towards a 1-1 draw here, man.
I see it.
I don't think that they're too offset from each other. I think it's going to be a good battle. Again, like you said, it's I do like the way Owissa's been playing, man. Stepping it up without I like to see players like that. And that's why I was really upset when told me we're in the Everton game, Iwobi, he plays for the shirt. You can see it. You can see he wants to buy for his position. And it's just like you said, he's stepping up this season and then actually, providing for, not just only playing for, but he's also providing for. That hurts. But yeah, I don't think that there's too much to separate these guys. I think it's gonna be a 1-1 draw.
Perfect. What do you think, Lewis?
I think that it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I think it'll be a very, very interesting game. I think there'll be chances.
Yeah.
But I think those chances won't finish. And I think the 2 goals total that get scored here will be quality goals. I don't think there'll be mistakes or anything like that. I think there'll be pretty quality goals. But then I think for sure it'll be 1-1. It'll feel like someone should have won this game, but I think it'll be Brentford 1, Crystal Palace 1.
Yep.
Nice. What you saying, Patrick?
I won't go too detailed on this, but I don't know where Palace scores. I just don't. Brentford's been scoring quite well. They're +3 on the season already on goal differential. That's because they got 3 against Fulham last week. I'm giving them 3 this week, and I'm giving Palace 1, so 3-1 Brentford.
3-1 Brentford. Nice.
Big.
Yeah, at home, I think they're going to be just a bit too much as well. Well, Lewis, I know you got to get out of here, so
enjoy your flight, man.
Go ahead and
7 a.m. Oof. It's awful. But I mean, I have to go to Reagan. And Jake, you've seen how far that is. So
yes,
that part is not going to be fun. So
yeah, where are you flying to?
I'm going to Dayton. I'm going to help a guy put together a podcast for his church, and then help 2 other churches do some social media stuff. So they flew me out there. I figure I can go.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, until next time, always a wonderful time.
Always, brother.
Travel safe, man. We'll see you.
Ciao.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Well, all right, we'll go ahead and finish up with these predictions. 3 more games. We'll start with Everton and Wolves. One I have my eye on. Everton are in lots and lots of trouble here. I think this season in general, and I think that I heard something, not an interesting take, that this might be a 6-pointer already.
Yeah, it looks like it.
2 teams that'll probably be struggling down at the bottom.
They're 19 and 20 on the bottom right now.
Yeah, but that doesn't reflect the performances from Wolves. Even though it's, I sound silly saying that because they've taken two 4-1 losses. But or they lost 1-0 to United, but then Brighton
Lost
beat them
1-0
4-1.
and then
Right.
4-1, and
Yeah,
then
but they
Everton
looked good
1-0
against
and then
United.
4-0.
They looked great against United. Not great, but they looked decent against United. I think this is the game where they come good. Cunha is going to score. God, they have to hang on to Mateus Nunes,
Yeah.
the guy that City's been in for. Gotta hang on to him. But yeah, I went 2-0 Wolves. I think it'll be I think they'll finally come out and get a couple goals, have a strong performance. They've had a couple of strong performances already. I think they'll get a couple goals this game. Nunez is actually suspended, but he's the one that pulled a couple of WWE moves at the end of the Brighton game and got himself sent off. But I think Wolves are going to have too much. I think Everton are in lots and lots of trouble. No Calvert-Lewin. His cheek is broken or fractured or whatever.
Mm.
And no Iwobi. Neil Maupay is leading the line. So yeah, 2-0 to the Wolves.
Nunez is the one that got a yellow in the 95th and then a red in the 95th.
Well, it was dissent. He got the yellow for manhandling a guy, and then he got a second yellow for dissent.
Wow. Wow.
And again, how does Bruno stay on the field at all this season?
Old Trafford, man, because he plays at Old Trafford.
True.
Ridiculous. We got some scores. What are we thinking?
0-0. Can we go there both bad enough to not score?
You certainly are welcome to make that prediction. Yes, sir. You are certainly more than welcome.
I'll go 0-0.
There you have it. Don't think there's anything in it, huh?
No.
It is at Goodison.
I think that helps Everton get the draw.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that's how they stave off not losing.
Yeah, not. It's going to be a not loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was reading on another message board recently that some Everton fans are like, it was great that we stayed up, but it's actually going to be even more detrimental to us because it's going to be so bad this season. So there's a lack of belief in the team. Deitch kept him up, but I don't think he's going to keep him up this time around. Honestly, I put this down as a stab you in the eyes kind of game. Like, try to avoid.
I would not watch this
possible.
game. You're right.
I will. I'll watch this.
I know you will.
I'm interested to see Wolves come good.
I went 1-1 for a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Wolves come good, man. So I'll watch this one. I have a soft spot for Gary O'Neill, man. I just feel, and he's switched himself up too. Like he's evolved over the summer, and he's playing more open. It's less. He's not as frightened as he was at Brighton. And that resulted in them shipping 4 goals to Brighton, as he was at Bournemouth, and that resulted in them shipping 4 goals to Brighton. I get that, but it won't be like that in this game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Speaking of Brighton, they are hosting West Ham. I do believe it is on the South Coast in Brighton. It sure is. It'll be an interesting one. I feel like you guys are going to come with some revenge picks, just because you want to see West Ham get smashed
Yes.
after last week. But I think that this will be another good performance from Brighton. They'll remain on top of the table. Maybe we'll see Edson Alvarez for West Ham, new signing. So that should be a good signing for them. I think that they just won't have enough, and it's a different, like we were talking about, away from home. West Ham probably not going to be as tough as they were, as well set up as they were against you guys. So I think they're going to struggle. But I think that James Ward-Prowse has a free kick in him, just like we predicted pretty much every single Southampton game last season. I think they're gonna get some kind of magic on a set piece or something like that. I mean, when you put James Ward-Prowse into your team, that's kind of like what you're going for. I said 3-1 to the Seagulls. I think Matoma and the gang are going to be just a bit way too much for West Ham.
Yeah, sadly, I think and man, this is going to be painful for me to say here, right? The way Brighton are going to handle this West Ham game and the scoreline that's going to reflect this West Ham game is what we expected from the Chelsea. That's how I feel about this game.
I mean, I don't know about all that. That's
3-1.
very
No, because I
generous.
have going 3-1 to Brighton.
That's very generous of you to say that Chelsea should have beat West Ham 3-1.
Is it though? 70% possession, 16 shots on goal, only 5 of which were hit the frame. No,
I mean,
it's
you're not Brighton.
unexcutable.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Right. No, I think we should be better than Brighton. Like, with the players we have and the money we spent on this squad, that's what I'm saying. We should be better than Brighton.
Context.
They're going to smash West Ham.
Context, man.
They're going to smash West Ham.
I hear you. I think it's gonna be a fun game. I think they're gonna destroy them as well. What do you think, Patrick?
I actually think there's going to be a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of we're better than you kind of attitude with Brighton in this one. It sure seems like it, at least in the front office. I think that West Ham, while they're big defensively, and Antonio is a handful. And I do think that they actually do press Gilmore a lot better in the midfield, and he'll have a little bit more trouble getting the ball out. I think that I just seeing how badly we caused them problems down the wings. Matoma's going to get like 2 for sure. He's going to. And then you're going to have either Ferguson or Marsh get 1. So I don't know where the other one's going to come from. I did give West Ham a goal just because Antonio he's a worker. He'll find a way. But I went 4-1 Brighton.
4-1 to the goals. Lewis has texted me his predictions, and he's gone the same.
Wow. Yeah.
4-1 to the goals.
Yeah.
He also said that Wolves would beat Everton 2-1. So we'll just throw that one in there. He seems to think Wolves will come good as well. But yeah, Brighton. Definitely going to be too much for the Hammers. I tend to agree with you guys on that one. And the final fixture at Turf Moor, Burnley versus Aston Villa.
I think this is going to be a sneaky good game. Like, you look at it on the lineup, and you're like, maybe that's the one that kind of catches people off guard on how good it can be. I've got it actually going pretty well. I'm going to go 3-2 Villa over Burnley, even though it's at Turf Moor. I just think Villa, after getting destroyed by Newcastle, they kind of found their footing last week against Everton, and I think it carries over this week.
Yeah, Lewis's prediction, and if you guys remember, he's got Burnley finishing 8th?
Mid-table, yeah.
8th in the table, so he's got to pick wins at some point. Burnley 3, Villa 2 is Lewis's prediction.
Villa's going to be one of his substitutions by far.
I
for the
think that
league.
he's going to be wrong on that, but
I think he's gonna be wrong on that one too, man. I don't give Burnley the credit that half of the people online and everything are gonna get. I think they're gonna be
well,
battling towards the end of this
I
season.
mean, they destroyed they absolutely wrecked the championship.
Sure.
And
But they did it with a
looked
lot of
decent.
lone guys too.
Yeah, well, they look decent versus City, and this will only be our second game seeing them. So I think it's not the Burnley we know. It's not the
Right.
Burnley we're used to.
Right.
You know, it's a
I think
completely new look Burnley under company. So I think that I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna watch a few games before I start deciding they're trash. Which is, I mean, you would expect the champion, the newly promoted
The newly
teams to
promoted.
really, really struggle, right?
Right.
Last year was kind of freakish with Fulham being so good, and coming through. So I said it would be Villa 3-1. I still got a lot of respect for Unai Emery, a lot of respect for this Villa team. And they'll come for it again. The 5-1 at Newcastle won't deter them from being super positive. But yeah, I think you're right, Patrick. I think this is going to be a good game. It's going to be a sneaky, sneaky good game. But yeah, I back the villains.
One thing about that Newcastle result that I was thinking about was Mings went out pretty early in that one, if I remember correctly, and
33rd or 34th, something like that.
yeah, and he's the type of guy that I don't want to say you build around him by any means, but he's like the heart of the team.
He's a hard.
So,
Yeah, he's definitely. Yeah, he leads that defense.
I don't think Villa is a 5-1 different differential between Newcastle and them this year. I just think that it was just how everything unfolded. Because last week, and again, it was Everton, but they looked a lot more stronger. They looked a little bit more organized, and I think it carries over. But I do think it's turf more. It's tough to play there. We're gonna give a couple to Burnley because they got to start producing something.
It's like 3-0 Villa. 3-0
3-0 Villa.
Yeah, they're
Total
gonna
dominance.
command this game.
I think
Like Patrick said,
yeah.
I think that the way they bounced back against Everton, I thought they were going to be a little shaky and not have it figured out, but they didn't. They gave no indication. Well, I think he's a great defender, and yeah, I think he's the leader of that defense, maybe even the whole team. Losing Mings, they acted like it was just a chip on the block. I mean, granted, it is Everton, but again, this is Burnley, so I don't put quality for quality if they come out and do this rinse and repeat. Just rinse and repeat. And like you said, I have a little bit of respect for Unai Emery. It's what he was able to do towards the end of last season with Villa and that resurgency that they had. I respected that. Like that was then they took advantage of the situations that they saw other teams slipping down the table, and they were like, "We have a path forward," and they saw it and they went after it and they executed it. So yeah, and they just came off of a massive European win, and they're what? They played their first.
But I mean,
yeah, they scored 5-0.
No,
5-0.
no,
They're gonna roll with that, man.
No disrespect to the Scottish league, but Hibs, Hibernian is. Come on, man.
I mean, so I'm saying, but they're riding high.
There's only one real analysis that we're going to be making about Villa's European performance this season. They smashed them.
They smashed them.
And we move on. Because it's the Conference League. Villa is going to wreck the Conference League. Unai Emery's won the Europa League like 3 times. They're going to destroy
if West Ham can do it, Villa can do it. right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, alrighty then. Predictions are in match week 3 looms. I'm excited. And if you're as excited as we are, go ahead and smash up the likes. We are on our way to 100 subscribers. Come on, guys. We got 98 followers on Instagram.
Let's go.
Let's get that up on YouTube as well. Hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the little bell as well so you know when all of the episodes are dropping. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening, and have a great night.
Tell your friends and family.
Please do.